Hi there, welcome back to my views and news. Three news stories for you. Firstly, an announcement after around 90 minutes. I'll be back with this week's second live chat. We have three live chats a week on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Today is Saturday uh, at 1800 GMT, right on time. I'll be back with live chat with your questions and comments. Hopefully, to be part of the live chat. Radio story. Firstly, a Fano commander has been killed, his death being confirmed by Fano fighters themselves. It's not a claim. Uh, Confirmation has come. How was he killed? It's definitely a loss because he joined Fano last year. He was a senior second tier, you can say, senior Ethiopian National Defense Force officer. Secondly, uh, 85% of all civil society organizations have suspended operations in Ethiopia. Alarming news. And thirdly, viewers, Abiy has given a message on Adwa Victory Day. Message for Ethiopian enemies. Who are Ethiopian enemies? What did the Prime Minister say? Let's start, viewers. Firstly, a Fano commander has been killed, his death being confirmed by Fano sources. And a video last year when a colonel joined Fano, colonel of the Ethiopian National Defense Force. Tadesse Ishate is the name of the man. He served as a senior, tier 2 senior ENDF officer. And he served not only in Ethiopia, but in other regions and countries too. He served in Somalia, Somaliland, Sudan, mainly in peacekeeping force. You can call him a tier 2 senior Ethiopian National Defense Force military officer. And he had vast experience of working in the military, organizing small units. He was an asset for Fano fighters when he joined Fano last year. I did a video on that. I think he worked in Amhara Special Force, too, if I am not wrong. He joined Gondar Fano last year. And he joined that Gondar Fano group, which is affiliated with Skandar Naga. Amhara Fano People's Organization, AFPO, is basically Skandar's Fano group. A few weeks ago, we heard from major Fano commanders that Skandar Naga group has no presence in Gondar. And those Fano commanders accused Skandar Naga of creating divisions between Gondar Fano groups. But Tadesse was there working as head of Amhara Fano People's Organization. He was killed on Saturday, today. Uh, both sides confirming, government sources confirming, Fano fighters confirming as well. Pro-Fano sources are paying the tribute to Ashate, Tadesse Ashate. How was he killed? Did rival Fano groups leak information about his whereabouts? Don't know. What we have learned so far is that he was killed in a fight against security forces. Overall, this is second major loss by Fano fighters in Gondar. They lost South Gondar Fano commander last year when he was killed in South Gondar. This man, Shate, was killed in Gayant. Wubante Abate was also killed in South Gondar. Two senior Fano commanders killed in Gondar so far. Secondly, viewers, suspension of US aid for USAID funding for projects in Ethiopia is leading to closure of hundreds of civil society organizations. NGOs are suspending their work. 85%, over 85% of all NGOs which were being funded from abroad have halted their operations in Ethiopia. This is the impact which humanitarian organizations are seeing as a result of USAID suspension. Now, I just want to make 2 points. Firstly, is people will suffer because tens of thousands have been relying on aid from abroad, and some projects of these organizations have been about eradication of certain diseases, etc. So people will suffer. At the same time, ruling elite will suffer too. Why? Because NGO establishment is a business in Ethiopia. Some senior former government officials, ministers have founded NGOs, or their relatives have established NGOs, as if Masfin, Elimari Brasalin, and several others who worked in top positions. They're now running NGOs. They received money from abroad. They say that they're doing humanitarian work. We don't know. And we know that whenever aid enters Ethiopia, it's not that it's used fully to alleviate the suffering of the people. Aid is stolen to USAID, WFP last year accused Ethiopian military, Tigray government, Ethiopian government officials of stealing aid, of smuggling aid into neighboring countries. So suspension of aid is not good for common man in Ethiopia. Ruling elite will suffer too because one source of revenue for them is being cut off. Lastly, viewers, PM Abiy has released a message on Adwa Victory Day. It was March 1896 when Ethiopian forces defeated Italian colonial forces. Italy was hoping to sweep across Ethiopia to tighten its colonial hold on Africa, but it said that Ethiopia stopped Italian colonial expansion. They fought, I think, in 1934 as well after that. In 1930s, there was a second war between Italy and Ethiopia. So back then, Ethiopia was not under colonial control. So Ethiopia always takes pride in remaining free from colonial occupation in the past. So in March, the start of March, Ethiopians celebrate Adwa Victory Day. Abiy has given a message in connection with this day, and he's telling Ethiopian enemies that Ethiopia is ready for both scenarios, ready for peace. Adwa Victory Day's message is message of peace, he said, but it's ready for war too. If anyone wants to impose war on Ethiopia, enemies, Ethiopia is ready for that. But the priority of the Ethiopian government is peace. Which enemies did he address? Because Italy is not an enemy to Ethiopia now. Ethiopia on good terms with Italy. EU not a direct enemy to Ethiopia. US as well. So in 1896, Western powers fought Ethiopians. Now When Ethiopia says that its enemies are working against it, it does not talk about Westerners or Americans. It talks about Egypt. The victory day is about colonial ambition of Westerners, but Abiy's message seems to be for countries like Egypt and Arab. Thank you for watching.